Hello. Last minute, I decided to go to me alone first because the other screen it's a lot. Not gonna lie to you, so I have to rotate myself. But I also figured that the microphone needed to change because I could not make the camera work. I tried the camera as well as the phone camera, and they were extremely laggy. So I was like, "Yeah, we're not doing it." So I put the webcam on the new laptop on, and we're switching later. Then you see the webcam as well as the phone camera, and you should be able to see my painting then better than I open it. I hope to finish that today. So let me know, what are you doing here? Grab some drinks, grab a snack. I got water, I got strawberry milkshake as well as fake Crafty. I just ate dinner and an orange. So, make sure you have a snack going on. Because I want to finish this thing. So we might be here for a while. We don't know. Hello, Christina. How are you doing? Like Christina says, get your hydration on. Also, make sure you hocus pocus like the. Oh, I love that. You changed it for Halloween. I love that. Hello. How you doing? So, how was your first camp? My first camp day has been not great. I've read one chapter of Vampiric Vacation, and that's it. That's all I've been able to read today. So, and this is not even counting for the crafter badge either. I looked it up, but I because I thought I started this camp Halloween last year, but I started it 4 days before camp, so that's unfortunate. Hello, Judith. How you're doing? Hello. Was about to say your camera was twisted. Yeah. Last minute decisions and I are not great. It's good. Yeah. It was just me needing to put a rotation in. I'm making a verse row. The spike stitch part of the blanket. I just recounted my 177 chain. Yeah, great, isn't it? I'm not looking forward to that part. Mostly just the counting. I haven't got further in the blanket, which is a bit sad. So that's also why I'm not sure if I'm going to do the camp socks this week. I am saving my camp socks to make only during camp. However, I have so many Halloween projects that I didn't even get to or barely got into that I would like to finish first, especially since from November on I will be in gift making season. So, we might need to get correcting. I'm good. Trees are starting to change color. Yes, they do. Here too. I do like it when they change color because now we're at a very pretty stage. They have fully started to change color, so part of it is yellow, part of it is orange, part of it is red, but they still all have all their leaves. As long as they don't drop them all, and are bare trees, I love them still. As soon as they're gonna look like dead trees, I'm not gonna be happy about it anymore. I've been feeling mad, so really don't hope I get to go. Oh, it's in the air, but at least I've been crocheting a lot. Yeah, that does help. It is relaxing, so that helps, right? I did recount 2 times because I forgot one chain. I wasn't sure if I didn't count. Yeah. And I was like, where was I? Was it like 133, 134? And I was like, I think it's this. And then continue. And then when it doesn't work out, I'm like, I have to redo it. Yeah, we need to start gifts too. Yeah. And I wanted to start really, really soon. Hello, Book Hermie. And everybody else. Hello, welcome in. I don't know how you did that. Because I can actually see it like a raid. Let me know in the Discord, please, Army. Oh, you did that. I want to do that too. Yeah, I wanted to start my gifts earlier, and I've did for some part. I've made 1 pair of socks for a Christmas gift and 1 bandana, and I need 3 or 4 more sock pairs, as well as a sweater, and I need to dye a sweater. So yeah, it's a lot. I don't have to if I don't want to gift it. You know, that is fair. I only give to people who are appreciative of it and you know, are fine with waiting longer if it takes longer. And I'm, you know, just very lucky that I have so many people that love knitwear, that love crochet wear, that really, really do appreciate it and take care of it. And then they also don't mind waiting if it takes longer. So I like to make for them, but they don't expect me to. And if I tell them, I tried, but you know, we're half a sock short. This is your first, this is how the pair is gonna look like. But you know, I'm not done yet. They don't mind at all. Oh, you need to get senior pics of her son? Hope to have the full color for them. Oh, I'm just waiting till my dad can come up and the weather is good for them. Oh, that would be great. Congratulations. That would be worse if you got 1 chain, you got to throw. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's... Look, I'm finding out, right? 20 rows in, and you have to redo it all. Like, yeah, no, thank you. Hello, Kate. How you're doing? Hello, Lacey. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hello. Fancy meeting you here. Long time no see, right? Oh, I believe every camp leader is linked down below. I did finish 1 ghosty application, but it's for the blanket, so I can't really count for the craft badge, can I? No, I'm not going to. I am really, really considering making a camp enchanted blanket and make 1 square or something like that every camp, and then have 1 big one with a patch in it, and then, you know, sometimes make you know, 1 with a ghost for Camp Halloween maybe, but also 1 with a tent, something like that. So make some color work ones, make some easy ones. And then that whole blanket I would count as 1 project. But that is my problem, because I want to make 100, because that's the butterfly badge I really want. So I need to make 100 crafts in camp. And I always choose projects that take long. Yeah, so maybe don't do it like I do, but yeah. The blanket. I would count the blanket. Love your hair. Oh, thank you. I want to make some pumpkins. Oh, yes. But would it be weird to give fall decor as a Christmas present? I personally would love it. And I feel like you can also package it like Nightmare Before Christmas. And that is a Christmas movie. So, you know. I've been wanting to make, you know, the packages from Nightmare Before Christmas, the gifts in that movie, right? They have a skull on it, the bow, they have a cute little bow and then a skull. I've been wanting to make that skull from clay since forever. And then make those cute little bows with, you know, I don't know, spider ribbons and stuff like that. And then put the skull on top. I put a tag like, only open on Christmas, because I feel like that is what it says in the movie. I would be so happy to receive it. I would love pumpkins all the way. But maybe if your friends are not extremely fallish, then maybe not. I don't know. I have taken my head off and planning on finishing this dang cross stitch. I refuse to have it on my project tomorrow. You got this. You got this. We need to make a campaign. Yeah. I feel like it has to happen, but it's such a project. Like, it's gonna take me so many camps to do it, all whilst, you know, I still need to do 99 other projects. That is the problem. I am manning all the blanket projects. Yeah, But you can never have enough blankets, dude. It's fine. You never can have enough blankets. I love the blanket idea. That would be adorable. Yeah, I feel I'm really digging it, but I keep choosing not practical projects. Like, I want to make a camp sweater. I'm currently making camp socks that is also color work. It is not smart. So I got the live chat going on here now. It isn't fancy yet. I didn't put a background in or anything yet. But at least you can see the comments go. Because while I paint, I can read your comments, but I cannot press them to highlight them. But then you can still see what I'm sort of reacting to. I hope it is visible enough. Me too, Judith. I'm dying to try making a wearable, but I think I probably should practice on easier items for a bit. No. I believe this very strongly. So much so that when I learned knitting, it took me 20 years before I started making my first sweater. When I started crocheting, I had more of a feel of how things work with crochet than with knitting. And I saw this YouTuber, and why can I not remember? She's so loved in the community too. Like, she's, it's not a small one, and I can't think of her name. Teal Yarncraft, I believe. Tony Lipsy. She's called Tony Lipsy. And she made her first crochet sweater, and she was so happy about it. She found so much joy in the project, and she really convinced me to do it. I decided to make my first sweater after only 6 months of crocheting, and I made it in 2 weeks. It fitted great. I can still wear it. Like, it was so much fun to do. It was so rewarding to do, and you can completely customize it to your body. That is what got me hooked. And I now only knit and crochet sweaters mostly. It is sweaters, blankets, and socks. I'm now also currently making 2 shawls, or 3 shawls, but normally I barely do shawls. If you look for a top-down sweater, because that is the way you can try it on while you're doing it, so that is helping a lot. I feel like you can absolutely make a sweater as long as you know the stitch of that sweater. It can be a stockinette stitch if you knit, that is the easiest one, but it can be single crochet. It can be, my first sweater was half double crochet, and I still now have a soft spot for that stitch. It is not as hard as it looks. I promise you, if you want to make a wearable, do it. Make that wearable. There are so many times that I wanted to learn a new technique, and I was like, people told me, don't do it on socks because it's fiddly, and I was like, I wish I did it on socks. Every single time. Don't let people tell you can't do it. I am proof that you can make wearables even if you haven't crocheted or knitted for a long time. Actually, you can. I promise you. And if you're not sure if that pattern is going to be beginner friendly, send me a link to the pattern and I will check it for you. No problem at all. You can always ask me questions like, Denise, I don't get this. They're saying this, or, I'm walking in this problem. How can I fix it? I don't know everything. I don't always know how to fix things. But if I do, I will help you out. And it is finding stuff like this that is what you need in your craft, and that's how you learn, right? Trying to make it work. I saw someone do a granny square or something of a book covers for books they finished. Yeah. Hermie is doing that blanket now too. And I thought it was it is so much fun. Also, people make snakes. And you can either choose a color for the genre or whatever, right? Like, whatever you like for the star rating you gave it or whatever. I love that. G did it too. G also made a blanket like that. Yeah, but also, like, you need a lot of rows or squares for a blanket. So reading 200 plus books actually gives you a very good, comfortable, nice big blanket. So that's fine. How's everybody doing on day 1 of Camp Enchanted? How are you doing, Ape? I did terrible today. I've read 1 chapter. That's it. That's what I've done. How are you doing, Denise, and everyone else? I'm good. Yubis a tiny bit less. He has broken his hand, unfortunately. That's, what we have been doing today, driving to the doctor and the hospital stuff. They said it now, so it hurt less now than it had been all weekend. So that's good. And I hope that continues for him. However, they weren't able to cast it yet because it was too swollen. So he has to come back in a week to get the real cast. Maybe it should be a joint project. Oh, yeah, everyone can make a different camp team square and then send them all to you to put together in another nomination. Oh, that would be lovely. Yeah, that is fun. That would be fun. I would like to make a wheel for that. Everybody who wants to be nominated, they can do it. This will be my cardios for Candice, so I don't think it's that. No, it's not. I believe you. I promise. I promise it's not. Next project for the stitch witches is going to be a scarf. A lot of you wanted to make a scarf, and I feel like more people feel comfortable making a scarf than they would make a sweater. But I would totally be fine doing a sweater after that. Absolutely. No problem. And you guys can do it. You absolutely can. Look up top down raglan. And then either put crochet or knit behind it. Whatever you would like to do. And that is the easiest sweater to do. Hello, Barbara from Christina. Are you feeling better, Barbara? Yeah, you also had the flu, right? I am not going to put them on. I am going to start painting though. I'm really, really tempted to do this big piece. It's 2. But I normally do from top to down. So let's be a good person and do that. Just 8. Keep adding these to my crochet list. Yeah, it's terrible. They have a queue on Ravelry. You can put projects in queue that you can remember what you want to do first and stuff. And my queue is always full. Like I always have so many projects on there. It's terrible, but that's part of the fun, right? The creativity of the ideas and stuff. Oh, I don't know what color that should be. Doesn't matter. That's not the part I'm currently. Oh, I really need to put you there, otherwise I can't see you properly. Yeah, better. When you say help double, are you taking US or I always talk US terms. Most patterns are US terms. So I learned it in US terms because that's the pattern I got by accident. So now I always choose patterns on US because there are just more patterns in US terms than UK. So half double is US terms. Still need to learn how to crochet a second line. Need to make it a backup. Need to pick it. Yeah, do it. This is your time. We're doing the Crafty live show for stuff like this. And feel free to ask anything. No questions are dumb. I can crochet and knit. So I am willing to show you something on camera if you would like to. Still need to that it. I'm doing it. I don't think I would ever get the hang of crochet. I tried several times previously and decided it was my nemesis, and now look at me. See, yeah, that's That's how it goes. You know, yes, there is a learning curve. But honestly, I don't think a sweater is harder than a scarf, if I'm completely honest with you. My first crochet sweater was the Clara sweater from I Love Tinderbox. If you like classic sweaters, she is a really good designer, and her patterns are very, very clear. They have separate boxes, and this is like step 1, you do this many rounds, and then you get what you have to do. It was very clear to me. Yeah, I'm feeling better. Temperature dropped below 37 fine, so it's looking good. But you know, recovering flu takes a few days. And we should. Yeah, it's horrible. I'm sorry. Just make sure you drink enough, and you're gonna be fine. It sucks, but you're gonna be fine. And at least now you have those antibodies in your body, so that's good. Oh yes, I'm doing color A. You have that sometimes when you're doing colors and you're like, what color was I doing again? What was the appropriate number? It is 8. It's currently 8. The person who teaching me was not very patient with how I learn, as I'm very neurodiverse. I am also neurodiverse, in case you haven't noticed yet. I have ADHD, and I also work with a lot of people with autism. So I am very patient, and I know how, you know, people with ADHD and autism can learn. It's obviously different for every single one of them. But yeah, I know it's different than what we consider normal, or, you know, society does. I don't. But society does, so. This is a neurodiversity community. This is a neurodivergent group to learn your stuff. It's, yeah, don't worry about it. No worries, it's all easy to remember. Yeah, it is hard sometimes, right, to get all the names. I just got my son name once. Probably shouldn't admit that on it. Yeah, I honestly think you're not the first parent who forget their son's name. Sometimes it's just a weird brain thing. Apparently it happens a lot too after pregnancy, which I found very interesting to learn about. Don't ask me how that worked again, because I can't remember, but it was very interesting to me. Sending feel better hugs. Yeah. The painting looks amazing already. Yeah, we're almost done. Or, you know, I feel like I have done 80%. No, maybe a bit less, but like 3/4 at least. But I think this is the 3rd or the 4th night I'm working on it, so. Fortunately, it does not come from my cross-batch. Which, you know, would have been nice. I've actually knitted this jacket scarf, but I need to finish some project ahead. That is good. Can you send pictures? I would love to see it. I might knit the hair tie, as I seem to be better at knitting. Still practicing my crochet, but working on my tension. That's the hardest part, right? Whatever you're learning, knitting or crochet, tension. And keeping tension, you know, the same throughout, that is the hardest part. I feel like. And the hair tie is really cute and it's really fast. And I think that's a good... Oh, damn it. I'm doing it in 9. I needed to paint the 8. Alright, done. I need to remember now that the other ones are actually 9 and I have to redo them. Oh well. Hello, Larissa. How you're doing? You're also painting by number today, right? Did you find your new paint? I really want to get mine done today. I'm feeling it. Oh, yes. A big spot. I love that. It feels so productive to do the big stuff. Because it's instantly done so much. You see it so well. I'm now trying to find out what badges I got the last spooky camp. I was terrible, Barbara. I only got 3. I got the I Survived Camp Enchanted badge. I got the Poison Master badge and the Fortune Teller badge. And then we all got the Witch Hunter badge. Because we survived the witches. So I got 4, but I forgot to print one. I put it in there. I still need to do my bullet journal. I made a spread last camp for all the normal badges, and I now kind of want to make a spread for all spooky badges, and then I can put the stickers in there when I got them, so you can see what is left. I found that very helpful last time. So I want to do it for the spooky ones too. And then I can just, every spooky camp I can add to it. So what do you guys think? With the levels, right? The levels are only available after you got the first one, the start level. So I am not able to get the act level of the vampires until I've read my first vampire books and I actually got the beginner's one. But the levels for the spooky badges, should they be able to get you all year? Or do we keep those just for Halloween and halfway to Halloween camp as well? Because I feel like if you need to get to 100 vampire books, I think they should count like whenever camp you're doing. That feels just more fair. How are you otherwise going to get to 100 vampire books? Like just as an example, right? But then I want to keep it that for the first level, it has to happen in Halloween or halfway to Halloween camp. So you can only get your starter badge during those camps, but then if you have it, you can level the badges in any camp. But I'm afraid that might be too complicated. That people get confused by that. They might think you can also get a starter level. I don't know how, So I would like your opinions on that. I learned a lot from YouTube tutorials. Yeah, that's how I learned a lot too. I really needed somebody next to me to learn the first parts of crocheting, but then when I got that, then I got to do the tutorials online, and they helped. I think I only got the poison badge last time. Yeah, that's one we had to do. I did get pain, but I'm very, very cozy on my couch with my blanket, so I'm no painting. I did continue last week. That's absolutely fine. Yeah. Please don't ruin the cozy vibes for me. That is actually the opposite of what the meaning of this live show is. So please don't do that. I got more badges last time than I remembered I did. Read a lot short stuff that definitely helped. Yeah, that does help. I'm very happy that Cleo is doing her short readathon, read it short. It's called, right? The 18th and the 19th this weekend in camp. And I have been saving short books or spooky books for that. So I hope to get a lot in then too. That's where I got the Spooks book for, and I got a comic, All Hallows Eve. Oh, I also found out today that they are going to try to recover my data. However, that is going to take between 30 and 45 days when that disc is arriving there. And I only today got a label of where to send it to. So I can post it tomorrow. Then it will be there next day, probably. And then it can take 30 to 45 days to recover the data. If at all it works, right? Like, there is no guarantee. They might fail doing it. But yeah, that means that I will not be getting my vlogs for Halloween back before Halloween. That sucks, for obvious reasons. So yeah, I think I might save those for next year, because I've been trying to do so many videos for 2 years now, and every year something goes rampant, something goes horribly wrong, and I can't do it. So I think, next year I just need to have them ready to be able to go, and only need to do maybe 3 at the max, but the rest have ready. So then at least I have 2 that I'm happy with already done. Because, it's Nightmare Before Christmas. You can obviously say that would still work for Christmas, but it was me saying, it's the early fall. I'm so super excited. I know pumpkins everywhere. Pumpkin this, pumpkin that, pumpkin sauce. And I don't feel like that is gonna be great at Christmas time. So I think it's just better to maybe do them later, because it is Christmas time when I will be able to get it. Like, it's not coming anytime soon. The lightning pens, but I'll pop a picture in the Crafty bit on it. Oh, nice, yes. I will be totally down. We're getting spooky ones all year. Yeah, but it's only the level ones. The beginner levels, you will still only be able to get during Halloween, because that is what makes Camp Halloween so special, and I would like to keep it that way. So yeah, I don't know if that is confusing or not. I just found a pattern for crochet sweater that the pattern is skulls, apparently a beginner for... Oh, that could be. If that is the granny square skull pattern made in a sweater, absolutely yes. I don't know how easy it is to customize those to your own preference of, how you wear stuff. But granny squares aren't hard, so yeah. And then it's just sewing them together, but since you cross stitch, you can obviously sew. The better sounds amazing, or yeah. I think I know what you mean. At least I have seen the skull granny squares. Let's just say that. Boom, 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 boom. It would work in my favor. I did get the vampire badge last time, so that would mean Summer Fun would count. Yeah, for me it would not, but yeah. I feel like it is fair to do it, but is it gonna be more confusing if I do that? Like, I feel like all the badges can already be a bit confusing, maybe, because it's a law. We have many badges you can get, so I don't want to make it worse. It will work. I didn't get it yet. It's more fun because the spooky badge are actually yeah. That's I. No matter what, the ground level is always gonna be either for spooky camp or hallway to Halloween camp. Just because that makes it special. And then most of Halloween camps will probably have a story. I really wanted to continue the story this year, but I was not able to. Because stupid nerve. But hopefully, next year I can finally do all the Halloween things I want. I don't think that's ever gonna happen because I just want to do too much in general. Even if I get good health, no bad luck, whatever, probably still not really optional for me to do everything. I don't know what that color needs to be. There is no numbering. It looks like I think it's gonna have to be no. I think the rest of them. I think 6. I think we're just going to do 6. That's my view. We're doing 6. I can get sorry, I forgot what I said about doubling up books for a different batch in the higher levels. Yeah, basically it's fine. That's what we said. Basically it's fine. Like if you need to read 100 books for vampires as well as werewolves, you know, and you find both in them, I feel like you should be able to double up. I am not going to for the easier levels, but I will probably for the you know, the level where you need to read 100 and stuff. It's made bottom up though, so it doesn't fit the recommendation for you guys, but tempted. Even if it does something else, I'm tempted to get the pattern. What's gonna happen with double up Hermie? So you can decide if that is something you mind or if you don't mind, because that is an option. Your sweater is gonna start here. So it is very hard to decide if you're already at the underarms. Which means you need to have faith in the pattern. In the worst case scenario, it is either going to be too tall, so too long, or too short for you. If you don't mind that, if you feel like you can either wear your sweaters long or cropped, it is not going to be a problem. It is just harder to fit, and you really need to go through the whole process to see that it actually fits. If it is too wide, you can't easily make it, you know, adjust it immediately. The sweater will be too wide. That is the problem with bottom up, especially if you do it first. Later on, you have many sweaters, probably, and you know how wide they should look, how long they should look. You're more confident by measuring stuff, and then it is easier to adjust those. But the first time, it is not easy to adjust it from bottom up, whereas top down, you can put it on, or you can stick your head in, even when it's not attached on the others, and you can see, all right, this is how much room I would have under my arm. I like that, or I want to have it wider. And then you can still adjust. That is the difference. And only you can decide if that is a problem for you, or if it doesn't matter to you. Because if it doesn't matter, you know, a pattern you actually like goes way faster. It's way more enjoyable to do. So I would highly recommend you choose a pattern that you want to knit or crochet. But that is the reason why I personally would recommend bottom or top down. You know, that's not the only way to do it. So it's not that you can't do it bottom up. Just decide for you if it would matter for you. And how, you know, how sad you're going to be if the sweater doesn't exactly turn out how you want it to. Or have you already calculated that it's going to happen in your mind anyway and it doesn't matter? Because then, you know, why not do the sweater you want to do? And I don't want to make it worse, but I'm pretty sure there are granny squares. I'm pretty sure that if you Google that, you can find it. And as long as the granny squares are as big as the others, you know, the skull, if it's a skull or a Grinch, it doesn't matter. You're just saying, making the IDs worse here. I've also seen the skull grannies. I saved on my Pinterest. Yeah, they're cute, right? I like them too. That is actually one of the granny squares I was considering making for the camp blanket as well. Do I have a 6 somewhere else? I, in fact, do not. Oh, there are so many colors. So few colors left, sorry. Not so many. It would be a bit confusing, I think. I just count them only during spooky camps. It make me, yeah, that makes sense. I might get away with it for this one then, because it has lots of gaps. I would wear a tank top underneath anyway. Yeah, like, you know, you will get. It just depends on how disappointed you're gonna be if the sweater is not perfect. If you're somebody who gets disappointed if it's not perfect, then the other method would be easier as your first sweater, and that would probably give you more success if that is gonna be your first sweater. If you don't mind that at all, I wouldn't worry about it. Alright, I got a few 7s. Two is big. I like 2. I really like 2. Bob by my own rules, I have to do something first. So here we go. Great minds. I was googling cringe crochet, but see. Oh, they're out there. Don't you worry, they're out there. And like, if you learn how to mosaic crochet, that is a specific method of color work that is extremely easy, way easier than normal. But it also allows you to make like pixel art. If you can find range pixel art, that can be your color work chart. So yeah, there's a lot you can do there. And obviously you can do it with standard color too. And with duplicate stitch it's also possible to get pictures, so that is the problem with crafts. There are too many options. Doesn't matter which craft. Oh, damn it. It happens to all the crafts. At least in my case it does. I am one of those who wants it to be perfect, even if it knows I won't be used because then I'm new. Yeah, then do top down. Do it. Because immediately when you do not like it, you can change it. And you can catch it pretty much, as soon as it happens. So you don't have to rip back a lot. You can just rip back a few things and then make it how you want it. So great tapestry sweater one as well. Tapestry color work is not as hard, I believe. Or maybe that one is very hard. I don't know. Mosaic crochet is not. Hello, Twink. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you, or any Canadian that is here. Happy M&M Day. Oh, really? That is so funny. On my partner's work, they made those M&Ms that you see at the airport. They do that at his work, or they did. And happy Train Your Brain Day. Oh, I like that one. That is the key to living with ADHD, my friends. Training your brain to do stuff it should automatically do. I like this bright orange that we're getting now with the sun. It's really pumpkin orange. I'm digging it. And then there's not a lot of colors left. We have a lot of twos. We see a 3, I see a 4, and I think, oh damn it. Now my nails are also pumpkin orange. I see it. I'm okay with it not being perfect, especially the first time I do something because I'm practicing the perfect imperfect method. Then go for it. Then do the upside down. At least that is already a dragon you immediately tackle. And then next time you can just measure if you wanted it shorter or not. And then you can adjust it. You're never gonna be afraid for a top down or bottom up sweaters like I am. So that's good. So how do you guys like the chat under me? Like popping up as when somebody leaves a comment? Is that something you enjoy? Is it readable? I will make a box for it at some point, but right now I only have time to make it just there. But let me know if you like that. For especially this chatty live shows, where we're just hanging out. Keep chatting. Don't really do springs, but just, do things that you can do while you chat. I should clean up a bit, but I'm just too cozy watching this live show with a blanket and stick. Yeah, I'm not gonna make you do it. Let's be honest with me, so I hate that, so I'm not gonna force you to. However, if it is giving you more rest in your mind to clean stuff and have it done, promise yourself the best snack that you have in your house. You earned it. If you do it to give your mind some peace, you have earned the best snack in your house. But if it doesn't give you more peace of mind, then stay here with your snack and your blanket. I'm not even halfway the first row yet with the spike stage bit. Does it take a lot longer, or is it just getting used to it? I might take a while to make it. It's fine, Blankets take quite long. That's why it's not smart to make 100 blankets for your camp enchanted badge. Clean up tomorrow, I say. See? Yeah. I'm sorry. We're not the cleanup crew today. Although it does earn you the tidy camper badge. But only if you prolonged it. So, if you should have done it today and you're doing it today, that wouldn't count. But if you do it tomorrow, then it would. So, not a reason to stay on the couch. Yeah, great that you wrote with a snack. Yeah, that's how I do it. I'm very snack motivated. That's the only way how I can do really hard things. Right. Cleaning is hard for me. It is not my forte. Alright, we're doing the big part. The big part! I'm very excited. Let's do the small ones here first. Just to get it over with. Alright, let's do the big part. I'm looking at the laptop so I don't really read the chat on screen. I'll do the book on the background or too distracted to read the one on screen. Yeah, fair enough. That's kind of why I want to make a box, but I didn't have time to make a box. I need to skip some stitches. I need next row for the spike stage. That's why I take them. Alright. I will do that. And we'll set a timer. Thanks, Anita. Not only tips for grab, but also live. Yeah, right? How to deal with irritating minds. lights. That is... I've learned that. That is what you get when you live with ADHD. Developing life skills for not always as friendly minds. And a very destructive mind too. And this thing is done. Like, I mean, this part, right? This is all too. This is all the same part, basically. Oh, dear, too. So when that's done, I'm kind of sort of done. Like, there's not a lot left after this. That's so exciting. I started this last year, so it took a while because I only wanted to work on it during Halloween season. But we got there. We're not yet. We're getting there tonight. That is. We're going to get there. There's no way I'm going to bed before this is done. It is time to log in. Hello, now they are completing their countdown with... Yeah, same. I was a bit sad that I couldn't do it, couldn't do the live show last week, and now I was like, oh no, I'm really happy that I got to paint that today during camp. It feels very appropriate. It does feel like a camp project. It's not, but it kind of does feel like it, because 3 out of 4 nights I've done it with you guys. Kind of special hangouts like that always feel like camping. Oké, dat is eerst. Ja, doe je er een plastic zak omheen, want dat mag niet nat worden, hè?
Nee, ik hou die bovenop.
Ja, oké, nou normaal moet er een plastic zak omheen. Hello, just finished my bookie. Hi, Ewell. How are you doing? I've ordered or it arrived yesterday. My comic. I've ordered Halloween's Eve, Ewell, for the 24-hour readathon of Cleo. Did you enjoy that one? I assume you read it because it's DC, so yeah, chances are high. Or is it Marvel? I'm not sure now anymore. I think it's Marvel. Then chances are also high. What have you been reading, Ewan? We need a special buddy craft badge. Oh, I could put that on the ID list. That's not a bad idea at all. But then is it gonna be crafting time together? Because then I feel like it's craft party. Body craft, that is basically do a make along, or a make along together. So then you have sort of the same object you're gonna make, like the hair accessory, or just make it like everyone is going to make a hair accessory and you can all choose whatever hair accessory they want, or everybody gonna make a sweater like that. That's more of a body craft, like it's a body read, the same. Then you're also reading the same book. And in knitting and crochet life, that's called call or a maul. And call can be say CHL, which is crochet along, or KAL, which is knit along, and then MHL is make along. And then you can either choose to knit or crochet usually. But then it's not like that is not a cross stitch appropriate. For instance, like it can be sewing appropriate, especially if you're going with a wearable. That's usually included in make-alongs as well. But cross stitch for that is harder, if you need to make the all same project. Otherwise, maybe a crafty party badge could be fun. If you participated in, one of these future live shows and you did a craft, no matter what, but at least it was a craft, then you get the badge. Boom, boom. I've read the second Leah Park book. Oh, also the Noted comic. Right. It's this one. It's Marvel. It's in plastic, so that's why I can't take it, but paint on my hands. True. I am joining a lot of calls at the moment. Yeah, that's very addicting. There are a lot of options, and they're all fun. That is the problem. That is part of the problem. You know what? Maybe we should put a poll out there. Because then I can make an announcement video for the Stitch Witches with all the upcoming projects. So people can prepare what yarn to get, save for the yarn if they need to. So yeah, maybe it is good to decide on the third project already. So if you have ideas what you would like to make, let me know down in the comments or in Discord. And we can put it all in a poll. And see what happens. And if 2 ideas get a lot of votes, I will just decide which one is easier and do that one first and then do the other one. Because I want it to be on a pace that everybody is comfortable with. I know people have been asking for socks. That is definitely something we can do. And, obviously we just talked about sweaters. I would love to do a cover now. In between projecting, I can't find the site on one to do. Yeah. What are you feeling? That is the most important, I guess. I never have that problem. I'm sorry, Christina. I always have too many ideas of what I want to do, and then I have to choose which one I'm actually going to do. And it's terrible. Like, it all cannot be the answer. They checked the characters from the comic out real quick, but haven't read the non-Miles Morales Spider-Man book years. Oh, well, I'll let you know. But then again, I'm very easily amused, so me liking it doesn't mean you will like it, maybe. I'm doing the Halloween blanket by Alt Nuts. Yes, that one is really good. That one is really enjoyable and easy. But it's not a like super involved community. They show a lot of what they do and they make videos about it, and it's really cool. But there is not a Discord or anything where you can talk about it. There's not an Instagram group or anything like that. Maybe they have a new app now for books too, and they use that for their audiobook club. So maybe they talk about the blanket there too, but I'm not sure. But I don't think I'm still behind. I do think I'm still behind on that, and I feel like they might be behind on their videos as well. Or is it me? No. Kayla uses the pronouns they, and they also have ADHD. And I think they are embracing it fully. So when they feel like making a video, they're doing it. And a lot of hooks came out from their favorite brand. So I think that's why we got videos of that and not on the blanket. So there will probably be an update soonish. But they don't have a schedule or anything. So you just get them when you get them. Which sometimes is very frustrating. Because their channel is a safe channel to me. I can watch it in all moods. It always makes me so super relaxed. So sometimes I'm just in the mood to watch a Kayla video, right? And then there are none. Because as soon as they come, I watch them. So yeah, it would be good if they produce them, once a day for me. But that's obviously not doable. The one I found with the Xmas blanket has a Facebook group. Yeah, sometimes it's fun, right? To have a community behind it. Get the chatting done. Also, if the chat is annoying, I can remove it from the screen, people. Let me know. Well, sorry, that's fine. I assumed you didn't know, otherwise you would have done it. You're always very careful with your pronouns, so that's why I said, because it was like, Judah wants to know. But they use them. I think that is kind of what I need, the interaction and the structure. Yeah. Yeah. Don't go on Facebook, Max. Me neither. We are currently doing a make-along for the hair tie. And next month in November, we will start a scarf. And it's going to be a hooded scarf. And there will be a crochet and a knit version. And there will be live show for it. And there will be a chat in the Discord. And, where you can ask questions as well as in the live, by the way. Right now, there isn't a lot of chat about the hair tie, which is fine. Because, look, I made this club because a lot of you wanted to crochet and knit, right? And I just wanted to give you something to finally do it. And that's what happened. A lot of people picked up crochet or knitting. And we have been talking about that, but not the project specifically, because I don't think this is a project that people really want to have. I just figured this is a very easy one to learn your stitches with. Yeah, don't worry, Judith. I know you will. I know you're always very careful about it. Yeah, almost never on Facebook. Me neither. I signed up for the hobby call. They were making a Halloween wrap, but I didn't get to actually doing it yet. I'm just saving the pattern for later on, that I can crochet one if I want to. No, but they also have a Facebook. It would be great to have a Discord instead. Yeah, I asked Kayla about it. And, I also offered to help, but unfortunately they had very bad experience with Discord. And yeah, I didn't want to push or anything, so I didn't ask too much about it, but they had a very inexclusive experience on Discord. So yeah, that was really sad to hear. So they don't really feel safe setting up a Discord. They didn't feel like that could be a safe community space. So yeah, obviously if you have that experience, it makes sense that you're not gonna put it in there. That you're not making one. But I would love if they make a Discord. I will be there. The Oblivion is I want to try and finish the blank before. Yeah, that's gonna be tough. So it's close though. It's close. The fluffy yarn is a bit hard to crochet with when it's dark. That is true. Yeah, fluffy yarn and black yarn are the hardest to crochet with, because you can't see the loops as well. I have tried the hair tie, but need to work on my stitches some more before I try this project again. And, that's why it's there. That is absolutely why it's there, Ava. Don't you worry about it. I think that this is a good project for that. And it's in your hair, so it isn't as obvious, so you can still use it. Obviously, the first few things you make are probably going to be a bit wonky. The stitches aren't going to be even, and that's fine. Nobody but a crocheter and an experienced one at that, to be honest with you, and a picky one, are going to notice it. I would probably not notice because I'm not picky, and I would just feel like, oh, did you make that? That's great. You're so much tougher in your own work than a lot of people are going to be. And then there are a lot of people that can't see that you made it yourself. So they're not even going to compliment you when they shoot. I'm not making it myself easy with the black or fluffy yarn still yet. You're not making it easy. But it's going to be so cozy when you're in it. When it's done and you're going to cuddle up with it, it's going to be so cozy. It would also be very interesting to make socks together. I have never made crochet socks, and I've been curious about them for a long time. But I'm also a bit afraid of the this is very helpful, right? You know exactly what I mean when I do this. Texture of the socks. Of crochet socks specifically. Because I am very sensitive to textures. And overall, crochet is more textured than knitting. That's also why it takes more yarn than knitting. So, and I did need to get used to my knitted socks. Now I love them. But, I needed to get used to it because cotton socks from the store and knitted socks do feel different. And I had to get used to that. So it would be interesting to see what crochet socks do and if I can handle it or not. I have worn crochet socks and they are a bit weird to walk on. Outing them on like slippers while cozy up in the couch with a book or movie is not better. Alright. Yeah, I do prefer to wear them on bare feet. I love my knitted socks so much because I'm somebody who gets cold extremely spots very easily. And knitted socks help with that so much. So I do like to wear them as normal socks. I wear them in shoes and everything. And it probably matters how the socks are constructed as well with crochet and what stitch you use. So there must be a crochet sock out there that I can handle, right? But it's probably gonna take a long time for me to find it. Well, I can also knit socks, so I'm not sure if I want to invest that time in finding one. And I got a knitting machine from my Jof's aunt, actually. I wanted to say my aunt, but it's actually not. I would love to make my own Christmas sock. Oh yeah, that's one of the first socks I made. And very easy, just with Christmas yarn. And it was self-striping yarn. So you immediately get, Christmas colors and stripes. So you don't have to do anything fancy with them. And they're so much fun. It was so much fun. I got the Christmas yarn from Hobie, but many brands have them. And then you can just do vanilla socks, which are the easiest to do. But the yarn is doing all the work for you. So it still feels very festive. I hope Hobie often has a sale either on Halloween or on Black Friday. I hope they have that this year too. That is where we have budgeted for everything, and we also have a budget for fun stuff every single month. And my fun money, that's what I'm saving for next month. My fun money is going to that sale, hopefully. And I hope I can get some Christmas yarns and still, so I can go further on my Christmas blanket, maybe knit some Christmas socks. I'm super excited about it. Maybe get some Halloween yarns on sale, although last time I checked, all the good colors were already taken. I've been waiting for a specific color now for 3 years, and I'm trying to get it on sale every single time. And every year, they're gone. But, it happened now 3 years that I didn't really have the money for it, so I didn't get it. And I was, and then I was like, I'll wait until there is a sale and I have, some money again, and then I'll do it. And every time when I have the money or there's the sale, they're gone. So I already told you, next year, I'm getting it. As soon as it launched, I'm getting that color. I've been wanting, it's the witch purple color. I've been wanting that for 3 years now. And he's like, yeah, next time you get it. We can spare it. Please get that color. You've been trying to get it on sale for 3 years now. It's fine. So yeah, because the colors do eventually sell out, and some colors sooner than others. And that witchy color is very popular. Same with the Halloween socks, the green and the black is extremely popular. It took me 2 years to get that one too. And now, when I wanted to get it and put it in my blanket, in the Outnuts one, I couldn't find it. It's somewhere in the attic, guys. I think I've seen it earlier this year, but when you put all the yarn boxes out for me, it wasn't there. So we're either missing a yarn box, or I have imagined stuff again. I don't know which it is. Alright, that were all the twos. So I have I have 3 little tiny pieces. One is 3, one is 4, and one is 6. However, there are more things with 4 that, not every part the paint has been as good as others. Some, it is very transparent and you can still see the numbers, especially on number 4. So I feel like with 4 I still have to do multiple parts. But officially, there are only 3 more blank ones. So that is exciting. And let's do 3 then. Because that's the red. And that one, the pretty one, I feel like. Whoop, 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 whoop. It's gonna be so much fun. It depends on how sensitive the bottom of your feet are. Yeah, it's a hard question. Because I walk bare feet most of the time. So I walk over pebbles in my bare feet. But then I walk on bare feet because I cannot handle socks or shoes on my foot. So at one point you would say, no, that's sensitive because she can walk over pebbles and stuff. But on the other hand, I am sensitive, so I think I just have to experience it for myself. And then I can say, but yeah, I knit socks, and those are fine. It just takes longer. Knitting takes way longer than crocheting for me. And I feel like I don't have enough socks for myself, and I always want to make socks as a present for people too. So by now I've made more socks as presents than for myself, and I need more socks. So it would be so helpful if I could make them faster, like if that makes sense. It would be good. It would be good to tightly knit the soles and crochet the upper part, but I don't know. Yeah, probably it is possible, but I would like to crochet the heels then, because I have seen a crochet sock, inspired by Cheshire Cat, and it has a spiral on the heel, and that is only doable with crochet. And that, it looked so awesome. So yeah, I would like to get that one. I would like to crochet the heel for that reason only. Yes, I was thinking something like that for the first as well. But with Christmas colored yarn, and especially the self-describing one, it's going to be so much fun. I love that color. Yeah. Somewhere in the attic, might as well say somewhere in the heart. Yeah, that is exactly how it feels. And it also feels like my whole life is in the TARDIS right now. Because of the build. I feel like a spiral would be so cool. Yeah. And it was pink with purple, obviously, for Cheshire. And then the rest could be striped. I think that would be so funny. I also would like to dye my own sock yarn. And the color that I would like to do the most, I really, really want to dye self-striping Alice in Wonderland sock yarn. Which to me would be the blue of her dress, which is going, in my opinion, right? How I would envision me making it, which I've never tried, so I'm not sure if that's gonna happen. But the blue stripe would be thick. And then there would be a thin black stripe. And then a bit bigger white stripe, but not as big as the blue. And then keep continuing that. I think that would be such Alice colorway. And then you would have striped socks like that. In my head, it looks fantastic. Dyeing self-striping yarn is more work, not specifically harder, but it is more work than speckled or variegated yarn. But I'm willing to put the time in. I just think I bought the wrong colors because I bought the yarn dyes for the colors of the Vampires Knitting Club book, because I wanted to dye yarn for that project, for the book, and then make the project with my hand-dyed yarn every single time. But that doesn't seem really, it hasn't happened yet. It hasn't been doable for me this time. And now the Alice yarn was also one of my first ideas, and it kind of keeps sticking, and I'm more excited about that one. But I don't know if I have the colors for that. Yeah, I would love, if I could make, like, my own kind of range. A collection. That's how they usually bring it out. I would not bring it out. But I would just make it for myself, a collection of Alice in Wonderland yarn, where I do one is as the Mad Hatter, and one is Cheshire and Alice, and it could be self-striping, or they could be speckled or variegated, or a mix of all of them, on the Red Queen of Hearts. Oh, it would be so good, right? And then, dyeing yarn for any book character would be so much fun. Like a Wizard of Oz line just for myself. That would be so fun to make, I feel like. Or every Disney villain How much fun is that? What would that be? I'm just going over the two colors just to make them less transparent and try to cover the lines between the colors a bit more. But then I only have one space left, a tiny little 6 that needs to be filled out, and then we're done. I can't wait. I'm so excited about it. Just it gets so excited, like they would just randomly describe that. If you can manage that, that would be awesome. That would be a trick that I would really enjoy pulling if I could. I bet you always lose one of those socks, right? Because they just disappear. That would be so funny. I would take it. From those socks, I would take it. I've done it. The 6 is filled out. I'm just filling out other 6s that, I feel like they were too transparent and you saw the lines too well. But then it's done. So far. Oh, there's another one. That's it. Let me do the review. There he is. There we are. That's it. That's how they look like. It's cute, right? That does sound like a fun bird to do for yourself. It makes it, yeah. I think it's gonna be fun to dye the yarn. Obviously not sure because I haven't done it yet. But how many Disney Villains overlapping color scheme though? Oh yeah, a lot. But I do feel like Ursula is black and purple. Maleficent is darker purple, but also has green. I think the real problem is the red ones, because Queen of Hearts has white, yellow, and red, and a bit of black. And Jafar has black and red, so that's fine. Hades is gonna be blue, but multiple schemes. You can do the fire in him. Do it a fade, maybe. The Jabberwock is just basically all black, so I don't think you can do that one. Jack is black and white. Sally has a very, very obvious color scheme, and I don't think I will dye yarn for her. Maybe. But I still have the sock pattern that in the book that I want to do for her. Who else would I really like to do? Isma is all purple, but different shades of purple, so I think that is still different than Ursula and Maleficent. Cruella is red, black. Cruella should be red with white stripes, and those white stripes should be speckled with black. So hopefully you get black dots. That would be great. You can actually dye sock blanks is what they call them. So it's knitted fabric, and then you dye it, and then you reknit it, and that would make sure that you get dots for Cruella. That would be cool. So I think you can make them different enough with the same colors, but it is cheaper because you only need to buy a few colors. So it might be actually my favorite. I saw a very cute witch hat bookmark you can crochet somewhere, but I need thinner yarn for that one. Yeah. Yeah, probably sock yarn. Might try to get it this week. That would be nice. Oh, that sounds fun too. There is no shortage of fun ideas here. If you want some color, it's orange and black for Naruto, black and red for Ikkyo, red and blue for Luffy, orange and blue for Hoku. Yeah, you can do so much. If you do color work, you can actually make their faces. But you cannot dye for that. But you can make, if you have solids, you can do it in color work with the faces. Now I have that song stuck in my low, but only that. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's so cute. It is really. Yeah, I'm very happy with the ghosty. I have problems with nothing. I'm Ursula. Yeah, that is. Yeah, you can never have enough Ursula. I watched The Little Mermaid yesterday, and that song is my favorite part. I'll just color change instead of dyeing yarn. My cats would dye themselves or try to do it. Yeah. Yeah, but a color work would be great for this. And then you can actually do the face. And then there is now, you know, I'm obsessed with Doodles from Pacific Knitco, and she actually made a Disney villain one. I tried to get into the test knit and I didn't get chosen. She probably gets so many people applying, so I was a bit sad about it, but you know, I can't blame her. So I still have to buy that one. I really, really want to do it. They had the apple and stuff like that. It was so cute. They have very colorful cats. Yeah, it could be fun. Doesn't Dr. Facilier also have black and purple? Yeah, but it's a different purple again. His purple is more of a red purple, whereas Ursula is a very blue purple. Isma has light blue purple and dark, more on the blue side purple. Oh, Oogie Boogie. I think I would make those just vanilla socks, iridescent green. And then cross stitch the scars on to make it look seamed. Maybe I could duplicate stitch some worms on there. That would be so great. I think you can make so many. I really had a lot of ideas last year already. I wanted to make Beetlejuice socks. I want to make Nevermore socks, but I didn't figure out color work enough. And now I figured it out, but I didn't have time. I also ordered 2 Halloween sock yarns, but unfortunately the dyer forgot to put them in my order. And she's now re-dyeing them for me because she forgot. And then she will send it to me. And it is Haunted Mansion and Corpse Bride, I believe. I'm not sure anymore. It has been, you know, you pre-order those Countdown to Halloween calendars in April. And that's why, because she has 2 calendars, she has one Wednesday, which I had to get for obvious reasons. And then she had one with all kinds of movies, and The Haunted Mansion and Corpse Bride was a movie in that one. I was like, I would like those 2, please. She also has Beetlejuice, but I already have ideas of how I want to do Beetlejuice. And so, yeah. But there are so many. Black and brown are the colors to be. I'm surrounded by idiots. I love that. Yeah, so that is again very different. Isma so would shout, "Wrong lever!" You know. Oh, if you could only make it that you press it like the cards, right? You press it and it shouts. What is that Hellfire dude's name again? Frollo? I don't know. Hades has Hellfire. You know, he's the god of hell, obviously. And his companions are Pain and Panic, isn't it? What others do we have? I'm drawing a blank. Oh, the bees. The bees is brown, blue, and yellow. Royal blue. That would be fun. Hellfire from Husband. Oh, yeah, the one with the head with the feather, right? He is mostly black, and I believe he has a red feather in there. So the socks would probably be black, and then the heel toe, and maybe a little, like 2 rounds on the top would be red. So I don't think you have to dye yarn for that. I think he's red and black, mostly black. Might have a bit of purple in his coat though. I'm not sure about that. But yeah, I think this was the Crafty live show for me today. Let's check the schedule. Because I know for sure Barbara is printing tomorrow. I'm just not sure if she's the only one. The schedule to find on the Discord if you like. Yeah, Barbara is the only one tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow evening, same time as this, Barbara is sprinting, reading sprints if she feels better. If not, that's fine. And then Wednesday in the afternoon, Hermie is sprinting again. And then Thursday we have Judith sprinting, Ave is sprinting Friday. Saturday, Cleo is sprinting and I will be sprinting again. And then Sunday, Cleo is sprinting. And then in the evening will be the live show of They Own the Night. My copy came. Finally! Ta-da! This is the group book. And this will be the live show. And then if we still have time, we can do some really sprints maybe. The live show for that one starts at 8, so I'm not sure. It depends on how soon we're done. The song Stealer from Coke is mostly white with some black. Oh, that is true. Yeah, he's also very different. Yes, I can hope I can sprint tomorrow. If not, let me know, Barbara. Oh, did I forget to send you the thumbnail? I'm so sorry. I'm going to send you the thumbnail now. I'm gonna do it right now. I will do it. If you can't, let me know. I might be able to do so. It probably depends on how my conversation goes at work because they're being not so helpful. Where is your picture? That one can go. Could do a skill pattern for the Coke one. Yeah, that is cute though. That is cute. Yeah, some are better with color work and then just plain colors. And some are better just with colors, I feel like. I'm doing after birthday sprints. Yeah, I feel better. That's why, yeah, I hope so. You know, just if you can't do anything, just let us know. Somebody else might be able to do it instead, or, you know, switch days or whatever. Please don't go in too much pain or, you know, make your sickness worse. We don't want you to have colds for a month because you kept doing sprints, right? That is not what we want. Okay, I will let you know. Yeah, please do so. Like, that's absolutely fine. Put to my notes now. Oh, you look so cute. I really like your picture, Barbara. I will send it on Discord now. I have made it. I've been eyeing those presents and I can't wait to open them. Oh, I imagine. Oh, but it is fun to see them, right? I like that. It adds to the anticipation. Can't be there, can't be. And Barbara. Sorry for forgetting your thumbnail. Why did the idea of Jessica Rabbit pop on right? Yeah, I can imagine. Such impressive level of patience. Yeah. Also, the defense Bruno, legend over sure if I can't do that. Yeah, just let us know. It's fine. Like nobody wants you to go, over your own boundaries. That is not the intention of. Thank you for asking again. I'm back, had a bath, and nearly finished Train's house. Nice. It was such a fun surprise. Didn't expect anything else. That is cute. I like that. I love that. I think I'll let you guys go for today. Thank you so much for being here. I had a lot of fun making this video. I think you have seen 90% of the progress right now. So that is very, very fun to me. I think it looks like what I was supposed to make. This is the comparison. With these things, you don't need to look close. Like that looks different. But if you hang it up and you look at it like not up front, I think it looks the same, so that is cute. Thank you so much for being here. If anything changes tomorrow in sprints, I will let you know in the Discord. And otherwise, I will see you at Barbara's. Yeah, it's done. It's done. I didn't have to do a lot today anymore, so it was just a bit on the bottom and a tiny bit here. But yeah, it's done. Good night, everyone. Also, fun time to crafting too. Yeah, I really like those crafting things. Good night. Good night, all. Bye.